I am Katharina Michio, and you are watching NYMania.
I'm Kayla Welsh, and you're watching YankeeMania.
Hi, my name is Maria Venuto, and you are watching New York Yankee Mania.
I'm Marnie Schneider. I'm the author of Football Freddy, and I am so excited to be part of the New York Yankee Mania show.
Hey, everybody, it's Ian Eagle. You are watching NY Yankee Mania, the best.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's Joe. Welcome to Yankee Mania. How's everybody doing? Wow, we finally got past the 20-degree mark in New York City. Can you believe that? That's worth a little clap of the hands. Finally, after 4 weeks of everything under 20 degrees? Amazing. It's a bathing suit time outside. So how is everybody? I hope everybody's having a great afternoon. As you know, we have a special show this afternoon, everyone. Please have your questions. We'll go to it. Our star of the show is definitely agreed to answer some of your questions. And we're really, really happy to have him. And just everyone, please, anything you'd like to say about the Phillies, about his career. We all know he had a really, really nice career. And he's been very, very gracious to come up and talk to us and talk to Yankee fans and fans along the way. So without any further ado, everyone, I would like to bring Tommy Greene up. And it's an honor and a pleasure because whenever you get a former major leaguer, a major leaguer, and especially someone that pitched a no-hitter, it's amazing. And I'm very honored to have him here. So with any further ado, let's bring up Tommy Greene. Tommy, welcome to NYMania. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on, man. I see Yankee Stadium in the background there.
Yeah, not bad, right?
Oh yeah, I got to spend I got to see it I drove past it like years and years ago back when I was playing, but I never got the chance to go inside of the old Yankee Stadium and obviously the new one. Until this past July, I got to go up there on the Phillies fan trip and got to see the stadium and go through the monuments and stuff like that. It was the childhood dream, so felt like a little kid again.
Wow. Now, Tommy. I know I abreast everybody that obviously you were a Philadelphia Philly and very proud of it, and you pitched an incredible no-hitter. But before we get to that, first of all, I want to wish you, your family. I know I can't believe we're already going into 3 months of the season. It's crazy, but a happy New Year and a very, very safe one. I hope you and your family had a great holiday. What did you guys do for the holidays as we brought in 2026?
Well, I tell you what, it's been busy for us. We talked offline a little bit. I just got back home. I've been gone for over a month. I left like the middle of January went down to fantasy camp, which I'm a part of the Phillies fantasy camp every year since probably 2003, I think I was. So, nice. we go down and enjoy and work some of the ex-players and stuff like that. And then we had another couple of weeks where we went and saw some friends on the East Coast of Florida and stopped by Disney World and then went to Belize and spent a week there, come back home for one day, and then went up to Stowe, Vermont on a Wednesday and come back this past Sunday.
Wow.
So we've been all over the place from one.
I'm already tired. I'm tired. You can do the interview. Jeez, that's awesome. Well, you know what? We got to miss all that snow. We left right before the all snow. All right. Don't rub it in. No, you're right. You're right. The snow, it's just been awful. I don't know. I guess we're making up for the last couple of years here in New York that we've dodged a bullet, so to speak. But it was awful. But well, that's great, and I'm glad that you are able, after pitching in Major League Baseball and all the time you weren't there with the family. I mean, I know all you did was think about them and always there, but it's so refreshing that when you retire, that you'll go, oh my God, I got to go. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm retired. That's it. This is great. I know the feeling. I love it. and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But so take us into your journey. What went into your mind growing up with either parents or grandparents or friends or uncles, aunts, that you turned around and you said, "I'm going to be a pitcher"? Take us through the passageway there.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I ever, decided that that's what I was going to do. I knew I had a way for me to get out of where I was at. I was in a little small town in North Carolina, and I wanted to go make something more of myself. And the only way I was going to be able to go to college and something like that was to hopefully get a scholarship doing something, athletic wise or get some academic wise. So I bared down and did that as far as that's concerned. But I was lucky enough, I guess, my family history a little bit. I did have some athletes in my family. My mom was a all-county basketball player. My dad played both baseball and basketball, but his side of the family had some his first cousin was a pro pitcher with the Yankees organization way back. I'm talking like A, B, C, and D leagues, something like, back when they had those classifications. And, so his side of the family was more baseball, which got the juices going when we were young. But I grew up being that type of young player, young athlete. But I played all three sports. I enjoyed the team aspect of each one. But it come to time where, I got in high school, my high school coach come and got us when I was in middle school, and he saw some talent there and challenged me to be better and wanted me to work out with them. So that's what I did. And I kind of saw the way, a path for me to take a little bit and put my nose to the grindstone a little bit when I was in high school, and worked towards possibly going to college baseball and earning my way that way. But during that process, I was fortunate enough to be around some quality players, high school players, and that went Division I, played Division I college. Had a couple that were drafted with the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles that they were a couple years older than me. So while they were getting scouted and the other guys were getting scouted before me, you kind of get on the radar a little bit because they see you while they're seeing them. And that's how my journey sort of started. And then by the time I kept growing during my high school career, so by the time I was a senior, I'm about the same size now as I was then. I was right at 6'5", 230 coming out of high school. And I was a grown guy physically, mentally, was still trying to grow up. You know how us guys are.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, so
it's easy to put it on. You can't take it off.
Yeah, so that's sort of about what my journey was a little bit out of high school. I had the opportunity. I ended up getting drafted in the first round with Atlanta, and I had to make a decision on what path I wanted to take. Did I want to go to college first, or did I want to take a chance on pro? And I told myself when I was drafted, before that day came, because I knew that I was going to be drafted. They was telling me I was going to be drafted. That if I wasn't drafted in the first round, I was going to college. I was going to play. I wanted to play the game of baseball. I wanted to have an opportunity to possibly hit, play a position, pitch, and play the game I loved. And but I was drafted in the first round, so I made the decision to go pro, and they drafted me as a pitcher. But they said I could, possibly been a hitter back in the day too, but it was a little bit different back then than it is now, where possibly you could go both ways a little bit if you had that type of talent. So, but that was my story a little bit, and that's the way it worked out, and I wouldn't change a thing.
Well, and that's awesome. But how do you take us through some pitching situations? Okay, so you're now a pitcher, and a pretty damn good one. How do you maintain that you pitch, let's say, once a week, and just the mindset? How do you get prepared for that? That's one of the questions we have from Bob Rizzo, and he says, how do you prepare from start to start on preparing and feeling good about maybe pitching once a week?
Well, obviously that's what was so great about. I mean, what I was wanted to do if I went to college was to play the game, so I got a chance to play every day. So you don't have those other 4 days in between to dwell on something that bad happened. You had a bad outing, and you got 4 days to come back. But baseball is a mental grind from day one to day end to the end of the season. So you have to prepare yourself not only physically but mentally for that grind. And every day's different, and you got to come to grips with not every day is going to be the day you feel great and you're going to feel like you got great stuff and you got best command, and and that's what's so great about the game. It's not how good you are when you got your best stuff and you're locating and all, but it's how can you survive when you don't have your good stuff and still keep your team in the ball game and have a chance to win the ball game. And that's what makes the game so great. You don't have to throw 100. Yeah, it's great if you do, but do you tend to get people out with the stuff that you have? And that's the thing you learn. I learned, I think, preparing yourself mentally, it's a learned trait too, coming, to take your lumps and coming into pro ball, because in high school, I didn't take many lumps, didn't have much failure. But coming into pro ball, you got a lot of guys that are just like you that throw the ball great and hit the ball great and do things really good. And they're trying to do the same things you are. What separates us is our consistency, I think. Is from level to level is our consistency, because a lot of the guys have those great traits, but it's all about, do you tend to repeat better than other guys and move forward, take that step forward unless it takes steps back, right. And that's what separates you a little bit. So the grind of having to wait in between starts sometimes is tough, but the physical grind it takes to be a major or a professional starter. Especially back in the day. I say back in the day, it hadn't been too awful long ago, but still, they try to take care of these guys. These guys are not stretched out in the minor leagues like we were, to throw 120 pitches or whatever in an outing. In which that was, it's sort of given almost. I mean, when we were, coming up through the minor leagues, that was sort of the norm. What we did. So we went, later in games, we completed some games and threw a lot of pitches at times,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that prepares you for the higher level baseball for the sake that you tend to get in trouble sometimes. And how do you know how to get out of trouble when you've never been in trouble if they're taking you out before you get in trouble? Yes. All the time, so I think there's a maturation process coming through the minor leagues that's sort of being missed a little bit. But I can see they got a lot of money invested in these guys, and they're trying to take care of them the best they can. I get that, but I think they're missing out on a lot of good things when they get to get them to the big leagues ready.
Awesome. Well, we have Sean Browning here. Sean, Tommy Greene. Everyone, we are talking to Tommy Greene, which we're going to get into the no-hitter in a couple of minutes. Great pitcher with the Philadelphia Phillies, and we're very, very proud that we have him. Another great guest here from Nitin and his sports team. Sean, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I apologize for the technical difficulties with my phone for being late.
No problem. Don't worry about it. You have before we get to a few questions from the panel, from this chat, you have a question for Tommy?
Yeah. So, Tommy, thanks for coming on and taking the time out to be with us.
Oh, no problem, man.
But I noticed that in your career, you not only had a no-hitter, but you also pitched in the World Series.
Yeah.
In the '93. So, what for both of those feats? Was there different preparation? I mean, obviously, the high of having a no-hitter or competing in the World Series. Is there any difference in the amount of momentum, or?
I get where you're coming from for that, and I mean, obviously, the no-hitter happens on a single day, and it's a very important game in your life. In your career, because a lot of people will remember that. It's one I take pride in too. Before I answer the other part of that question, was I threw on May 23rd, 1991. I threw the no-hitter in Montreal. But what people don't cease to realize, on 5 days later, on May 28th, I threw a 3-hit shutout against Montreal in Philadelphia.
Yes, I
5
remember
days
that.
later. And I take pride, just as much pride in that game, if not more, than I did a no-hitter. Because you got the team with the same lineup that has another shot at you and really don't do any. I pitched a better ball game the second one. I didn't walk as many guys. I didn't walk any guys the second one. So I pitched a lot better ball game. And, I take pride in those type things. But about the World Series preparation, I mean, to me, that's the icing on the cake. Yeah, it's a different you get amped up, the emotions get going on. You're on the highest stage you possibly can be on in Major League Baseball. That's what you work for. But saying that, it's the journey to that means the most. That means so much. What it took to get there. You had, we were the last year that you had to win your division straight out to go to the postseason. We didn't have any wild card teams or anything like that. You got in for coming in second or whatever. I sort of take pride in that. It was a year that you had to win. It's the accumulation of a solid year that everybody put together that our team won when we got to that point. That means something.
And quite honestly, and I don't mean to interrupt, Tommy, in my opinion, you had the better team. I believe the better team. I know Toronto, they were tough. And I know that by, how they play with the Yankees and everything, but you guys had a darn good team and you should be very proud of that team.
We played the game the right way. Those guys come day in and day out to play. We had a lot of fun at it too.
Yes.
And the personalities it dictated that, and it come through, for people to see. They saw the way we played and they saw who we were, that thing. And you're right, Toronto was a very, very good team. Anytime you got three guys at the top of your lineup that were batting 1, 2, 3 in the American League, for the year.
Yes.
But those guys, that goes to say what type of offensive team that they had. They were never out of a ball game, and that's sort of what it was. We had our opportunities. Yeah, we were hitting every ball game. We could have won. It's just that's just the way the cookie crumbled for us a little bit. It wasn't because of lack of effort. It was just what happened.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a great World Series, and you had so. Now, Teresa asked Tommy, first of all, thank you for being on the show. She goes, I'm a tremendous Met fan, but I always respected your pitching. And when you threw the no-hitter, I watched it with my kids, and I always told my kids, that's what you have to strive for, something like this. Look at what this man just did. And actually, she said, you were the first no-hitter I actually really saw, first inning to the 9th inning. So she said, thank you for that. And she asked, who did you idolize either in the National League or the American League in baseball while you were pitching?
Oh, when I was young or while I was a pro?
While you were a pro.
Obviously, before I was pro, and then I was honored. I didn't never face him or get a chance to meet him personally, but I did pitch during the same time. But he obviously started well before I did. Was Nolan Ryan? Nolan Ryan was a guy I always looked up to. As far as when I was young, when I had a chance to see him on TV when I was young, because I grew up in North Carolina. We didn't have the hometown team, and I didn't grow up around big league sports as far as NFL, MLB, or NBA, or anything. We had ACC basketball, which was the major league sport to us. So Sunday game of the week back then was a huge time when it was raining down there for us, because I was always outside playing or doing something, sports wise on a Sunday afternoon when the game of the week was coming on. But I got to see a lot of. My dad was a big Catfish Hunter fan, and it's because he's from North Carolina, so I grew up watching Catfish Hunter. Obviously, Tom Seaver, the Big Red Machine, was on a good bit. Louisiana Lightning was another favorite of mine. I had favorite guys, not favorite teams. I really like George Foster, Willie Stargell. The guys I got, some of the guys I got to meet later when I got in pro ball, which was, that's a childhood dream when you got a chance to meet some of those guys. So that's the way I grew up. As far as idolizing guys, I had a bunch of guys. I didn't have like a hometown team. I could pick one guy and stick with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I was kind of like that with basketball.
Yeah.
Watching basketball, I like teams like the Lakers and the Heat, but I like more individual players, if that makes sense, like Shaq, Kobe,
Yeah.
Michael when he was playing, and
I
then
got
even Alonzo
I got
Mourning.
to see Michael in high school. He grew up not too far from. He was about 4 years. He was 4 years older than me, but I got to see him when he was a sophomore in high school. I was like in the 7th grade. Yeah, he played a tournament in my high school. So that's my claim to Jordan. That's the only time. I saw him.
Right.
We have a question from Kevin. Kevin asks, now with your no hitter, does it? Are we? Because we never really understood or heard the real fact. Do you automatically somehow go into the Hall of Fame? Does the ball go there, or does the name Tommy Greene? How does that work? Can you explain that?
They have a display up there. I don't know if it's up all year round, but they have it where they put up. They took a hat, my hat from the game, a ball that I signed and stuff, and it's in the hall. I'm right beside Nolan Ryan, believe it or not.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've never been up there and saw it personally live, but I've had people that's been through it that took pictures and sent it back to me. That type of thing. You are part of history. So that's and I guess that gives you a right to be in there as far as for a no hitter. I would rather. It's great to be in that for that, but I'd rather much had been in it for my career achievements if I could have lasted and stayed healthy.
But Tommy, you have to be very, very proud because you pitched that no hitter, and you were a dominant. You were a very, very good pitcher, and don't sell yourself short. Well, now how things happen. They happen, but your pitching was amazing. You were a very, very solid pitcher. Which I always wanted the Yankees to somehow get you, to be honest with you.
I just wish I could have stayed healthy. And that was the thing I hit on. That was just, and we sort of hit on in baseball earlier about, the way teams do things now. They're trying to take care of the athletes more, but I don't think there's any way. Throwing a baseball is not a natural act. You're one pitch away of having a big injury type thing. And that's why I tell young athletes when I do have conversations with them at the end of the conversation, I always wish them good health. Do your work, stay diligent. I wish you good health, that way, because if you got your health, the rest of it, you can live on the field and let your play stand for itself. And when I was healthy, I tended to pitch well. So, and I can take pride in that. So
we have somebody in the email. He's got to leave, but he really wanted to ask a question. He works actually for the transit. He asked, "Thank you for coming on, Tommy. I wanted to know, did you learn anything at all from Steve Carlton?"
Oh my God, Lefty! Oh, I got a chance to spend some time with him when I pitched a little bit. He wanted to know how I threw my slider, and then he tried to show me how he threw his slider, but and I couldn't throw his slider. His was being a left-hander, but learn from him. I guess being around him a little bit, the mental fortitude, the strength, and the mental fortitude that he had, the day in and day out, the work ethic he had, because his career lasted so long. He worked hard at doing what he did in between starts and stuff. He did a lot. He was into martial arts, and believe it or not, back then a lot. He really, really, really dedicated himself that way through the martial arts for flexibility and strength in his lower half and core strength and stuff like that. So his, hearing those stories and got the chance to work out and work with the guy who trained him, because he was my trainer when I first come over, strength coach, with the Phillies, Gus Heffling back in the day. So I got the chance to spend some time, hear some good stories, but also I've gotten to know Lefty a lot more from after we finished playing baseball through alumni weekends and being around the Phillies up here in Philadelphia. I get a chance to spend some more time with him periodically, and we have some great conversations about the game and about life, his theories on it. So I mean, he's a very unique man.
Wow.
Well imagine. Well imagine. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, and then going back to the no hitter, a lot of us wonder, like, when does, as a pitcher, you're going through it, when did you realize you had something special going on with your stuff? And, when did you start thinking, or did you just kind of keep it on the back of your head?
Well, I mean, I can tell you sort of a backstory to it a little bit. I come up through the Braves organization. I got drafted by them and traded to Philadelphia in '90. But from '86, '87, and '88, I had each year in the minor leagues. I had one in A ball, one in Double A ball, one in Triple A ball, where I had 2 outs, 2 strikes on the last guy, and lost all 3 of them.
Wow.
Had a no hitter until to that point, and I lost all 3 of them. So when I was pitching in Montreal that day, it come to the last. I mean, I realized. I mean, after the 7th inning, I knew I had a shot at it, but it was a 1-0 ball game. I'm not changing my thought process or trying to let stuff creep in there to get me off that game plan or that role I was on mentally and physically. I was trying to keep it simple. Try to keep my thoughts fresh, not stress about things, and I'm not going to change anything that I was doing. They were going to have to adjust to me. I was dictating what happens. They're not dictating to me all the time. You know what I mean? That's an approach you take sometimes when you have those type of day where you're locating and halfway decent and your stuff is good. They got to make the adjustment on you. So if I'm locating like that, and it happened, it's sort of like that where after the 7th inning I had a chance. I knew I did, but I'd been in that situation before, all the way to the end, and the game's not over till it's over. And it was a 1-0 game until the 9th inning where we scored one more run in the top of the 9th to make it 2-0. Not that it gives you any more breathing room, but as soon as I give up a hit, I knew I was gone. It's not that I wasn't trying to give up a hit. I was trying to stay status quo with my approach to it. And it come down to the last guy, and it was Tim Wallach who come up the bat. And I've told this story a lot because of the 3 I had in the minor leagues with the Braves. I had the same pitching coach. His name was Leo Mazzoni. For those of you who remember back in the day,
Robin. We call him Rock and Robin.
Yeah, he was my pitch coach all 3 years. And after the 3rd one I had in AAA, he looked at me and said, "When you going to finish one of these bleeping things off?" That type of thing, giving me a hard time. You knew the way he was. Yes. I called him Yosemite Sam. Little, he was the mustache.
Yeah.
But I thought about Leo when I was walking up the back of the mound, and I said to myself, I said, "Leo, this one's for you, you little bleeping guy." Yeah. And I said, and I told myself, I'm not going 2 strikes on this guy. I'm not. I said, we're going to find out right here. I said, the only way I'm going 2 strikes on Wallach is that he fouls off 2 pitches. So I went straight at him, and he hit the first pitch, the ground ball back to me. That was probably one of the better balls hit all day. So
wow. Tommy, we got a question from Tommy. So Tommy, what was I always enjoyed not only Phillies and Philly fans, but I always had a soft spot for Jim Eisenreich. Can you tell us what kind of a person and an inspiration was he on the team?
Well, I'll tell you what, I know, with him having Tourette's, and that was the big thing. People, when he come over in '93, with people, what made it so great, and one of the quotes he said that made it so funny. Once he got to know what type of clubhouse that was, and the type of guys on that club, that he said he felt normal and we were the one that were sick, type thing. Jim Eisenreich he's one of the nicest men you've ever want to meet, and soft spoken. But I tell you what, he's tenacious on the field as far as the way he plays his game, and probably one of the better hitters that you ever want to see. To me, him and John Kruk are a lot alike as far as a hitter concerned. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying that, I mean, it's like the analogy. They could be laying in bed and roll out of bed and on the way down, hit a line drive. They could, the opposite way. They could just flat out hit and use the whole field. That's what they did. He was just a good baseball player that played the game the right way. Jim Eisenreich was, and he's one of the nicest people you ever want to be around.
Tommy, one thing that I think people have missed the boat on is with Jim. He was such a great inspiration, and I had so much admiration for him, and I'm glad this was brought up. I think they missed the boat. I think some type of documentary or some type of movie to spur people that may have something, but they can do it. And I think they're missing the boat on that. And if I knew what I was doing to make a documentary, I would run and do it.
That's a good call with Jimmy. I mean, something like that would be a great movie. His story is a great story. I know I faced him after he was on the comeback trail. I faced him in Double-A when I was with the Braves coming up through the South for the Southern League. He was in Memphis, coming back with the Royals, and we ended up facing him and Matt Winters back in the day. That's another name from the past on the same team, and we were like, "What are these guys doing here?" In Double-A here, because they were like a class above. You could see it. They could flat out hit. Especially Jimmy. Jimmy used the whole. Matt Winters was a bomber. He had tons of power, but Jimmy was an average line, gap to gap, could run, could play the outfield. He could do it all, And for him to get himself back, physically in check to be able to do what he's done and make it back to the big leagues and have the success he has, is the credit to him. It would be a good story. You're exactly right.
Have you seen him lately, and how is he doing?
Oh, he's doing great. Yeah, we were down in fantasy camp together, doing stuff. We have a big contingent of the '93 team that helped run that or coach that. The legends they call us. Coach those teams down there. We have. I think this year we had 12 teams at least. Down there going. So you got to have at least you at least have two legends per team. So we got a big contingent of the '93 team there off the team I played with. So we got a bunch of them. So.
Well, we definitely. He was like I said. He was. Every time he was up, I always prayed for a hit. I just thought he was tremendous. And people, if you haven't seen him play the game at all, I'm sure on YouTube you could take a look. Yeah. And let me tell you something. Hey, listen, we have a historian right here in Sean Browning, and myself and you. Let's make a book about this because I think it's a must. Oh, yeah. I really do. I think it would be an inspiration.
It'd be a good book. It'd be a good book and a good, like you said, a good documentary on.
Oh yeah,
what he's been through in his life and where he got to, and now he did it. So
just like there's another one that I think they should do another documentary on, and that's Jim Abbott.
Yeah, that'd be a good one too. Yeah, exactly right.
You have one hand and you pitch a no hitter, and then he had a successful career as well. It wasn't just like
Yeah, he did. Well, you're exactly right on that. And back at what you said, you don't have to pray too much to get for Jimmy Eisenreich to get a hit because that dude could flat out hit.
I know he could.
You didn't pray long for it because it happened all the time.
Oh yeah. I wish there were more hitters like him in today's age where, because a lot of players today, they're so focused on analytic and launch angles and, trying to be Aaron Judge and Shohei Otani.
Yeah.
But then
And-
you don't
and-
get these gap to gap hitters or guys who can just do the hit and runs.
Yeah, I mean, the game has changed a lot. The philosophy of the game has changed a lot, and the old adage, "What is it? Chicks dig the long ball," and stuff like that. And then everybody, I mean, fans like I mean, I don't want to say true fans don't as much, but fans like the runs scored and the home runs and things happen that exciting. I get it. But the purest of the game, the people who love baseball, there's nothing like a well-pitched and defense baseball game that one swing of the bat at the end of the game means something.
Yeah.
And then one swing of the bat meaning a base hit or a bunt or moving a guy over. That type of thing that makes a difference in the ball game. That's what makes the game so great.
Oh, yeah. No, I miss the hit and run. Joe probably can tell you that too.
Yeah.
I say it over and over. That's one thing I wish was brought back to the game, because I remember in the 90s, especially when Joe Torre and Don Zimmer watching the Yankees, and it was like, you knew, okay, Chuck Knobloch gets on the base, Derek Jeter's going to do a hit and run, or it's going to be vice versa, and then Paul O'Neill, and you knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing like watching Derek Jeter play anyway. He used to, the way he stayed inside baseball and drove it the right field and the right center and hitting behind runners and and you had another guy I played with. I gave a lot of credit with my 93 team, but the guy was a winner his whole career. He went somewhere and won, and y'all know him because he played for the Yankees too. It was Mariano Duncan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mariano Duncan, but he was a winner. Everywhere he went, he won. And his passion, the way he played the game, spilled through to me, and his passion. He held you accountable. He wanted you to play like him and have the same fire and stuff and care about the game like he did and play it the right way. That's what made him so good.
Well, he had that shirt for the Yankees. But we play today, we win today. That's it. That was the shirt the Yankees were wearing in '96. I want to say this, Tommy, to you. We also, from Nitin Sports Rush, he brought us Jason Michaels. So the two Philly big guys and you and Jason Michaels, I'm just flabbergasted how unbelievably nice you guys are. Jason, since he's been on, he's always he calls, "How you doing? What's going on?" We've had him on a couple of times.
Yeah.
And sorry, Met fans, but these Phillies are something else. We got to tell you, they are something else.
Yeah. Hey,
And
turn the screws on them. I see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we try to be respectful with every team, but I got to tell you, everything that and we also have Monty Schneider. I don't know if you know that name. Her grandfather owned the Philadelphia Eagles at one time, and she has all of these books of Philly young kids, and
yes,
and she does Yankees. Everybody from Philadelphia has been nothing but first class here, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for you guys because you guys have just been unbelievable to us.
Well, I appreciate you for having me, man. That's the way. You know where I came from, North Carolina. I mean, that's just the way I was born and raised, man. Is treat people like you want to be treated, and that's easy to do. That is real easy to do.
Yeah.
And be cordial, and there's nothing better than talking a little bit of baseball, and especially this time of year when we're looking for some good weather, and wishing we were down in Florida with them. So.
Hey, I mean, I'm in Florida, but I'm in North Florida, and like you said, North Florida, they focus a lot on the college sports, but
yes,
and then nowadays it's hard to catch games, especially when, you have the MLB draft. It's easier to watch the stuff, but then you got to deal with these whole blackout stuff.
Yes,
like every time the Yankees play, whether Tampa or Miami, it's like, why do I got to listen to the radio? Why can't I just watch it and then listen to the radio?
Move to New York or Philadelphia.
But
Very
even
simple.
then, these blackouts, they do the localized blackouts, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. I know what money standpoints, and you got the local markets and all that stuff, but yeah, it's But then also, I was gonna ask you, what are your thoughts on these different rules that the commissioners come up with this game, especially like the pitch clocks and the.
And we can't get going down that avenue too much. Because I am a purist in the fact that I like the way the game was played, and I didn't think really nothing was too wrong with it
Right.
to begin with. And I think it's a human game. I think that's what it makes the game so great. We're not robots. The umpires are not robots. They're not perfect. All we ask them is try to be as consistent as you can be, and and be held accountable like we are. And be graded and stuff like that. If we don't pitch well, for long enough, if you don't pitch well long enough, you're not going to be there. And it should be the same way for umpires.
Yeah.
But some of the game is, I think, the way it is now it's been changed a lot now. I mean, it's messing with the game a little bit. As far as people were so caught up on stats and numbers and stuff like that. That some of the books are going to have to. I mean, you have to start a new book just with being this type of age where the new rules are it's under effect for the new rules like this, because it does, when you start changing pitch clocks and taking time, you're changing the way pitchers pitch a little bit sometimes. And how many times you throw over the first base, shortening the distance between the bases, making the bases bigger. 6 inches is a long way. I mean, each base is 3 inches bigger, you're changing the game. I understand why they're doing it. They're trying to make it more action based for the fan, but still, it's changing the game. In fact, if you start breaking records because of it, I think it's got to be noted of why it's done that too. We're all. It's the same way back when we were coming in. That my first boss was Hank Aaron. With the minor leagues. He was the head of the minor leagues back in the day, and I mean, I'm pretty sure he would love to make not that we made a lot of money, in the minor leagues or anything at all. We didn't, but I think he would like to have made what we made. Yeah. It works hand in hand. Each generation, each group of guys that comes through, that we grew up watching. We get there. They think the game's different and better for us than it was for them, But I look at it like this: we struck in '94 as a player and as a union for the players to have the rights and get some rights to better their career and possibly for them to be able to go elsewhere in free agency for as minor leagues and big leagues and get their fair market value. And it's went to the point where it's at today, where the players are very, very rewarded for their efforts, So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, in the game of baseball. Now that the collective bargaining agreement is coming up after this year, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a happening. And I've been telling fans, everybody on this show, and as a big group, basically enjoy it and embrace this, no matter who you root for, because we don't know what's ahead. And we got to be prepared. I've been through, a few strikes, and it's not pretty and it's not fun, and we don't want it. Nobody wants it.
Nope.
But you gotta go with the flow. Somebody's got. They both have to give in a little bit to, for the sake of the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
we'll see. It's going to be interesting.
Yes.
Right.
Now, Tommy, we do have a little surprise for you before you go. But I do have a little favor. We always ask a lot of the guests, especially the ones that have treated us so nice, if you would be so kind and we would go down and you do a countdown of 3, 2, 1. If you could just say, hi, this is Tommy Greene, Phillies, whatever you like to say, and you're watching YankeeMania, we would really appreciate you doing that.
All right.
I appreciate it. But I want to give you the surprise first, and then we'll do it at the end. But let me bring up this surprise. You may know this person. I'm not sure. Let's bring him up. Hi, Nitin. Can you hear me? Nitin, are you there?
Hi, Nathan.
Nitin? Oh, well. Nitin, are you there?
Hey.
Hello? We're laughing. Come on, Nitin. Can you hear us? I think he's at an event. Oh, well. I guess when he
What?
realizes I'm trying to.
What's the score there, Nathan?
This is live TV, guys. Nitin, do you hear us? Nope. All right. I'm sorry, Tommy. I was hoping to surprise you with that, and he was on, but I guess something was going on with at the location.
Yeah. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Tommy? Sorry.
Oh,
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, what's going on, man?
How you been, Tommy?
I'm hanging in there, man. How are you?
Hey, I just want to say thank you for joining Joe and Sean's show. So my team and I, with all the guests that's been on this show, has been through us. So my team and I, we've been helping Joe's show with all the guests. And Tommy, thank you for joining them because they do a great job. And and I know you're a busy man, so I just want to say thank you for joining them.
No problem. We've had a blast talking some ball. It's all good. It's all good.
I'm planning on coming to your event on the 21st. So.
Oh, that's great. Now, it's a couple days away. So
yeah. So if do you want to promote that on here? Or?
Yeah, please.
You can go ahead. You can go ahead and do it if you want. You know it just as good as I do. So.
So it's for a charity event, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So it's on. I have to look at all the information on it because I've been out of town, but I know I'm doing it Saturday evening from 6 to 9 up in Downingtown.
Yeah, so
it's raising help money for it's a kids AAU baseball team and some other things going on for us in the community.
Yeah, so whoever's in the Philly area, whoever's in the New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, come support our guy Tommy for a great cause. And obviously, Tommy Greene is one of the best. It's always great working with him. And obviously, shout out to Justin Brown from JB Ventures. So he's another guy who does a great job with all this. So shout out to him and also, especially Tommy, because Tommy's a class act person and his wife is an amazing family. Tommy, you have so.
Well, I appreciate it, brother. Thanks for the kind words.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, we asked Tommy if he'd be kind to give us a promo here near the end, and he said yes. So we're very honored, and I'm so looking forward to be playing the promo for us. And Tommy, if you do have anything to promote, anybody that comes on this show. And the class act that you are, anything that you want promoted, please let us know. We would put it up on our community and all kinds of stuff. And that's the least we can do to say thank you to you and your family.
Yeah. Well, I do appreciate it. And I mean, we hit on it a little bit for us promoting the thing this Saturday for the AU team that we do and also for the community to raise money. And I'm all about helping the youngsters and try to be a positive influence on the youth in our communities. To try to steer them in the right direction and show them the right things to do and where you can get to if you do the right things in your life and work hard. So
yeah. I'm sorry, Nitin and I and the team are working on. Once the weather gets better, a charity softball or baseball game to raise money for cancer awareness, for Lou Gehrig's disease, the Towers, the Red Cross, and my God, if you're anywhere in sight, we would love.
Our playing days are over.
Nah, that's okay. You'd still be the best player out there. That's
I'm not throwing nothing.
You'd still be one of the best, no question about it.
You can always be one of our umps.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be up either and take the bashing either.
Now, wait a minute.
fan.
You might have 7 women on the field. Do you still not want to be an ump?
Yeah.
You're going to have actresses. You're going to have ball players. You're going to have announcers. Is there, I think it's something you might want to do. But of course, we'll let you know when that's on. If nothing else, at least if you couldn't come, maybe you could come on because we're going to be doing live, and you could, just say hi to everybody. That's
we could do that. We could do that at some point. Yeah.
That would be awesome. And when we're going to be doing a thing of all the clubs during spring training, because we're going to be simulcasting a lot of Yankee games throughout the year here with another channel, the Yankees, The Ugly Truth. Yeah. And we're going to so we're going to dissect every club. When we get to the Phillies, if we'll let you know in plenty of time if you're available. We would like to have you as the Philly expert to let us know what you think of the team and can they repeat again.
Yeah. Well, be more willing if we can work it. Depends on when it happens. We'll
let you know in plenty of time. Now, before we let you go, we'd like to bring down the 3 of us and leave you there, and with a countdown, if you would be so kind, if you could do, hi, I'm Tommy, whatever comes to your mind, and you're watching NY. You could say NY Yankee Mania or NY Mania, and it's great. The fans love seeing this, so they enjoy it.
Hey,
okay,
Joe, I gotta go now because of this thing. But Tommy, I just thank you again for joining the show, and great seeing you as always. And I'm planning on coming on the 21st, so I'll see you on the 21st most likely, and then I'll text Justin that you had a great time on this show. So
all right, man, I got you. We'll see you then.
All right, yeah, see you, Tom.
All right, see you guys. Have a great time, a safe trip home.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, Tommy, we're gonna drop down for a minute. As soon as you're done, we'll come right back up and wrap it up with for you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. I'm going to count it down myself. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Tommy Greene here, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. And I want to thank you for watching NY Mania. And come back again and see us.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to let you cut it down. Are you kidding me? Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Sean, you have some final words?
Hey, just once again, thanks. It was an honor and a privilege, Tommy, having you on. Take care, and hopefully we'll get to have more time where we get to hear your insights, especially as the season goes on.
Yeah, I got to start getting back in. I got to start getting back in the swing of it and watching the team and see what they're doing because I've been gone for the last month. So
oh, wow.
I got to get back in the swing of it too.
And one thing I will promise you, Tommy, the next time I go to the Hall of Fame, I will go see that ball. I'll make sure I'll take a nice picture and we'll send it to you.
You got it, man. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, last time I was there at Cooperstown was like 2003. My mom took me there. That was when Gary Carter and Gary Carter and those guys got in, and I remember that there was like a whole list with all the people that threw no hitters and perfect games, and then there was other balls and instruments. But maybe the next time I'll go there, I'll definitely take a picture too.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Send it.
Well, yeah. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you for the shout out, and good luck to you. God bless you and your family. I hope you have a wonderful 2026, and we would love to have. We will give you plenty of notice when we're going to be doing the update on the dissecting the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East.
All right, you got it, man.
Have a great night and stay healthy and stay well.
You too.
Take care. Thank you. Bye now. Well, that was Tommy Greene, everyone. Thank you. Let's thank him so much for being on. Thank you for all the questions, everything. Sean, you did a very nice job. I appreciate it. And everyone, you got to enjoy this. You see it on live TV. You did a nice promo for us, and you'll get to hear that very soon. Again, thank you so much for being here. Now, Sean, I think you have a little announcement for tomorrow. You have a little show coming up, I believe. Why don't you tell everybody about it?
Yeah. So the marvelous Charles and I, we're gonna debut History with the New York Yankees tomorrow at 7:30 sharp, right here on NY Yankee Mania. And we're looking forward to it. And I'm excited right now. I'm like a kid in the candy store because I could talk history for 2 hours plus, and I could talk baseball for God knows how long. So when you get to combine both of them, it's gonna be a wild show. So there's a lot of stuff, and we're gonna start it from the beginning and work our way up in different shows. And hey, there's a lot of things going on, and there's probably gonna be more stuff throughout the season too as well. But it's gonna be wild. And I do want to shout out Billo and Charles and even John the Beagle Dag and the rest of the people in the chat as well. You guys did phenomenal with this Tommy Green interview. And yeah, I mean, can you get any better, Joe, than that? Baseball and history and the New York Yankees.
Yep. And the former Philly players, because they've been nothing but class on this show. I got it. They've been nothing but class.
Oh yes, I mean no, they're all been class. I mean Andrew Jones was Hall of Fame class. We got to interview him right before he got elected to the Hall of Fame, and he's class act. I mean everybody that's been on here has been nothing but class act. And I want to thank Nitin and his team. They've been rock stars through it all, and they deserve a lot of the credit, all the credit.
Yes.
And but yeah,
they have every one of our guests, and we have tremendous shows coming up. As you know, we're going to have Bree that works with Nitin on. It's her first interview ever. That's going to be on Thursday. Then we're going to have Juan Rincon on right after that, the great closer of the Minnesota Twins. So that's all going to take place at a regular time, everyone. So they're going to be coming on like 10:30 and 11:30. We will come on at 10 a.m. on Thursday. Tomorrow morning is our regular show, 9:30. Then we go back. Then we go to 10 o'clock on Thursday, back to 9:30 on Friday and Saturday. The Yankee opening day pitch, and they're pitching two phenoms back to back. Elmer Fudd, as I like to call him, is going to be pitching one, and then the second day, I forgot which one this is going to pitch on. Do you remember offhand?
No, I don't, but I know that they're starting off spring training with our top prospects. So
yes, okay.
So whether it's Lagrange or Hess, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean that's gonna be interesting. And then we're gonna have Cole and Rodon possibly doing spring training games as well. So there's a lot to look forward. And then I saw too the potential of having Cole, a whole season of Cole, Rodon, and Fried at the top of our rotation. Joe, I mean, we could potentially have, I don't know, 15-game winner, 20-game winners. They're having three of them.
And something, I got to give a little shout out to colleague and New York Yankee announcer Michael Kay. So he said today, which made a lot of sense that a lot of people are now looking at, and you know what that is, Sean? If the Yankees starting pitching would have pitched just a little bit better than getting crunched, who knows what would have happened in those games? The Yankees were out of it like in the first, second, and third innings. I mean, how do you come back from that? But if you pitch, yeah, they got us into the playoffs. But the bottom line is everybody's blaming the lineup. Everybody's blaming this, that. How about blaming the starting pitching that got us there? And they could, they pitched good against the Red Sox, but they took a dump against the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that was my point. And that's the thing in the playoffs. You one bad series, one bad series where your pitching gets crushed, or and then you're out of it. They just had a crooked number on you in the first or second inning, and before you even take a bat, your team's out of it, or they're already in a 4-0 hole. Those are hard to come out of.
I mean, what do you want? And if you really dissect it, Sean, the Yankees had to be like, what could they do? They had to start swinging because they're down 5-0 already or 6-0.
Yeah.
Now listen, I'm not defending don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to weasel a way out that the Yankees played bad against Toronto. But can you show up a little bit of pitching? And then people say, well, Max Fried never pitches good in the playoff. Well, what did he do against the Red Sox? He pitched a gem of a game. Nobody complained then that the Yankee lineup stunk.
No, and then when you look at it, look at his record in 21. I know he was with the Atlanta Braves, but he pitched well for them.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's putting the blame on the yes. I totally agree with you that the patience wasn't there, but maybe there was a reason. If you're really deep down, what do you do if you're down 6-0 already? You're gonna just pitch?
No, that was the problem. But the other problem was, the lineup's already there, and then when you're pitching, gives up 6 runs or whatever the case was, and you're down 6-0. I mean, if you're batting, you're trying to get your team back in it. What are you gonna do? You can't just let's go for singles.
Pitch better. And no matter who the Yankees brought in there, got their head handed to them. I mean, Leiter Jr., he was absolute non-factor. Non-factor. Once in a while, Devin Williams struck out a few guys. But what was Weaver's? Who made a comment today? I agree with the fan. The Mets are better than the Yankees. Oh yeah, but that's why you had it. That's why you were coming into the stadium with the Yankee bag in your. And then they must have told you. But what are you losing your mind? You got 22 million reasons to be a Met fan.
Yeah,
so give me a break here. Let's be honest.
He's gonna say what. I mean, you notice a lot of these players, athletes in general, and it irritates me really across the board. You're gonna say something. You're gonna take your shots when you're away from the team. I mean, I understand it, but hey, look, Luke Weaver, you didn't pitch very well this last year. Sure, 24, you helped us out there. You were awesome. But it's what you've done lately.
And if you really think about it, I would like to see Weaver against the Dodgers, the Padres, the Giants, all of these teams that will get even the Diamondbacks. All of these teams, I want to see him pitch. He had a revelation because he was nothing before. The Yankees took a chance on this guy, and he didn't give the Yankees a chance. Or whatever, or try to work something out. Yeah, Bronx Bomber, Weaver was never a great pitcher. He was an okay pitcher that had a revelation, and that's why he pitched well. And he made his money off of a year and a half after he was in there. He was released by the Mariners, and the Yankees took a chance on him. So I don't want to hear he has the right to say. The Yankee, what does he know? What does he know? How dare you put the Yankees down? Because why? Your feelings were hurt. They didn't give you a contract. Well, they didn't give you a contract because you stunk. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, he had a 9 ERA before he came to the Yankees. You know, and then he starts pitching well. And then out of necessity, we had to use him as a closer because our closer was having Chapman slash wetland syndrome. And, you know, so then we had to use him out of necessity. And then when we get a closer, we trade for a closer. It's supposed to be a legit elite closer. He starts stinking the bed.
Yep.
And Devin Williams. So I mean, you know, they can go over there in Flushings, and you know, but if they're gonna stink up the place, guess what they're gonna do in Flushings? They're gonna flush them down the toilet.
Yeah, and so J2EF says the Mets offense has completely changed. Yeah, and so is their defense. You have two good defensive players. That's all you have. The Yankees have a whole field of good fielding players. That wins championships.
Yeah, I mean, because how much stake are you going to put?
And by the way, and I'm sorry, while I have this point, everybody says the Yankees are cheap. Well, their payroll is hitting $350 million. If that's not enough to win a championship, then I'm sorry, something's not right. $350 million. I am so sick of defending a 94 win team. Because you want to talk, you know, everybody, oh, but they couldn't hit I don't believe in that silver slugger stuff. But somehow the Yankees won it. How? I don't know. So that shows that the other teams stunk, including the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays got some decent clutch hitting. That's what's happening here. Decent clutch hitting. I mean, I'm so sick of trying to defend a 94 team winning team that stunk because of their closer and their eighth inning guy, and Lasagna never came back, and Leiter stunk.
Well,
and
Lasagna
4 games.
Lasagna couldn't even make the dinner table. He was always healthy. It was always falling apart out of the pan. Come on.
They won 94 games, people. Stop with the lineup.
Yeah.
If the pitching would have pitched, it would have been a little bit different here.
Right. And, you know, I do understand that they got dynamic hitters, guys that are offense first. Marcus Semien. He's not the same Marcus Semien he was when he was in his prime. I hate to say it, but Marcus Semien is not in his prime right now.
Yeah, he's 30. He's on the other side of 35. He's going to be 37 years old. So, Celia, how you doing, Celia? We love you. What's going on? Not sure Weaver is talking about when he said he stunk and all of that. But I will say this. The Mets, in my opinion, have a more dynamic offense now, but the Yankees have better pitching. And you know who's going to win? The better pitching. The better pitching, not the hitting. You can have all the hitting you want. You can have 9 Babe Ruths. If you got pitching, you're going to lose.
Oh, wow. Oh, so speaking of this, though, and for a lot of guys that say the Yankees don't have a winning mentality, Giancarlo Stanton says his career is lacking without a World Series win.
Right.
Point of being a Yankee is being a champion. That was his actual quote.
There you go.
Per ESPN.
Now Celia says, Joey. Oh, she's calling me Joey today. I'm honored. Thank you.
Hey.
I like it, Joey. I think it's more so that they're running back a similar team that won 94 games. That wasn't good enough last year. And why? Pitching also. Let's not forget that, people. The goal is to win it all. I still believe they're a good team, but are they good enough? Well, you know what? We're as good as anybody else.
Well, and okay, who had the best record in the major leagues last year in the regular season? I think we were tied with the Blue Jays with the best record in the majors, and the Dodgers were right there near there. So, I mean, yeah, but I also think, though, to a lot of fans, if this team won 114 games or 162-0, which is very unrealistic, but if they went that way and didn't win a World Series, fans would be complaining about that too.
Listen, they're going to complain no matter what.
Oh yeah, we could win the World Series and they still complain.
Oh yeah, they'll have we're going on strike now. We're going on this. Yeah, because we all know, everybody, that we're going to have a lockout. We all know that. Bronx Bomber says the Mets have players playing out of position, not good. I agree with you.
Right.
I agree with you. Everybody's talking about this Met offense. Okay, I agree with you. But where's the defense? Where's all the pitching? Yeah, they got Freddie Peralta. Okay, good. Now you're going to count on all these young the young starters. You don't know what Sean Mania is going to give you. You don't know what Holmes is going to give you. They have Sean Mania has not pitched well, by the way, if anybody really cares. He has not pitched well. Holmes started tiring at the end. So they're counting, and they lost a couple of decent pitches, starting wise and all. And the Mets should have never gotten rid of Paul Blackburn. That was a nice move by the Yankees to pick him up and solidly leave him in the book. A lot of people are forgetting about Blackburn. Don't sell that guy short, man. He's a darn good pitcher. He is a darn good pitcher. But yeah, do the Mets have maybe a better lineup, a better like 1 to 6 than the Yankees? Probably. But I'll tell you one thing: I'd rather have the Yankee pitching. I'd rather have the Yankee bullpen. I'd rather have the Yankee bench. That wins world championships, people. That wins. Hey, Ken, our main man for Saturday, and start up a new season of calling Yankee games right here on NY Yankee Mania and the Yankees, the ugly truth. How you doing, our boy Ken? Let's see. Yes, but Sean, the problem is they're very good regular season. Here we go again. The regular season. But how about Max Fleet and Rodon pitched better in the playoffs? What happened to that? How come they could do it against the Red Sox, but they didn't do it with the Blue Jays? That's what I'm saying. That's the luck of the draw, people. You can't win every series. You just can't do it. It's not easy like it was. Not that it was easy in when the Yankees won World Series. But can you show up a little bit?
Well, I mean, we've seen it. Even good pitchers can get shelled in a playoff game. But then guess what they got to do? Come back and bounce it. I mean, how many times you see a guy, he gets shelled in game 2, but then comes in game 6 and he dominates the game.
Yes, Ken. I talked about it right before you came on. I agree with Michael K. I really agree with Michael K. Can the pitching show up? Look at that disaster. Leiter Jr. in the bullpen, Lasagna in the bullpen, Devin Williams in the bullpen, a Weaver in the bullpen. They all stunk. They smelled it up. I'll take my chances with Bednar and Cruz and Blackburn and the lefty name escapes me right now. What was the lefty's name?
Tim Hill.
Tim Hill. Thank you. I mean, guys. We got to be a little fair here.
Oh yeah, and then we add Rafael Montero, Bulldog in the playoffs.
Yep. And by the way, speaking of Ken from the Yankees Ugly Truth, he has a wonderful short out on Montero. Go check it out, everyone. It's very, very good, very informative, and all and all. And yes, I definitely agree with Michael K. It's ridiculous.
So we got to write it down.
Yeah, The Golden Boy only showed up up the hitters, didn't and the pitching didn't show up. That's why we lost too many strikeouts. Yeah. But
Yeah.
again, if you have pitching, you're going to win more games. If you have hitting and no pitching, guess what? You could have 9 Babe Ruths. You're not going to win, folks. And Ken will tell you that. Ken will tell you that. He just put the link of his short right here, guys. You can take a look at it. And, I'm telling you, it doesn't, I agree with Kay in a way, but I don't think Judge wanted them to do more because he said he wanted Bellinger, Grissom, and more. Well, he's played with them. He knows what to expect. You don't know what you're going to get from a Tucker. Did you want Tucker that batted 130 in the playoffs?
And
Sean, you tell me. Bellinger fits the Yankees like a glove.
Oh,
He
no, I
played all 3 outfields, first base, DH, and he's a Gold Glove wherever you put them in.
right. I was gonna say I'll take Cody Bellinger over a guy like Tucker, because here's the thing: when you got guys that are stars, you don't know if they're gonna be team first guys or they're gonna have the attitude. Well, no, I have to play right field, or I'm not playing at all. I don't want any of that attitude on the New York Yankees. I want guys to say, Coach, Aaron Boone, wherever you put me for that day, whether in the lineup or on the field, I'm going to give it my best shot for the team.
Yeah,
You know-
and I agree. And I want to welcome TC Steels and I always say that name wrong.
Merc so saucy.
How you doing, big guy? Now Jake Cousins, if I'm not mistaken, I think didn't he sign somewhere? I don't
think he might have.
Hey, Ken from The Ugly Truth. Did Jake Cousins, from what you know, sign somewhere else? I don't think we have him. So we'll check it out. But he's a good pitcher if he's healthy.
I thought we non-tendered him, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Ken said not a 60 million AAV salary. Tucker's defense ranges has decreased over the past 3 years. Why do you think the Astros traded him?
Yeah, no, that's the other thing. Even before the Astros traded him, you saw his defense go down. His offense was, oh yeah, he'll still hit a home run. And hey, that Astros guy, King Talk.
Yeah, and I love it, Celia. Thank you. I love the Joey. I love it. I feel like a kid again. I absolutely love that. Thank you. You made my night. You absolutely made my night by calling me Joey. I love it.
Well, and yes.
No, not
Celia,
Sean. You are not going to call me Joey. Neither is Ken. Neither is anybody on. Only the girls on our stream are allowed to call me Joey. So I'm going to tell you right now. Anybody starts up with me, well, you know what I do. I give you the no, I won't give you the Italian salute. But the girls are allowed to call me Joey, but not the guys. Now,
Hey, I wasn't going to say Joe, but no, I'm saying she's spot on with this. Judge did emphasize that he was frustrated that they were taking so long, that it played out. It was like dragging on. He did want, but guess what? You're telling me you'll take a Gold Glove guy and Cody Bellinger in every position that he's played with clutch defense or clutch at bats and a 2-strike approach, and you got Trent Grisham, who's clutch defensively, and he has come up clutch with the bat.
yeah,
But the problem is there wasn't a whole lot of things in free agency. I mean, look at how all these players got overpaid. Kyle Tucker, $60 million AAV. What's his name? Boba Sheck got overpaid, and all those players were overpaid.
well, I'm watching the chat, and I like what they're saying. But what we don't need is Grissom doesn't have to hit 40 home runs here, guys. What we
No,
need is consistency. And all I'm asking for is people that bat 208 just to up it to 230. Now, you're a major league player. You can't tell me that you once in a while can't get out of the gate and get some base hits. I don't understand it. I mean,
yeah,
really.
no, and yeah, I agree. We need more impact guys, but guess what? Imagine this: if Jazz Chisholm focused on making contact, if Ben Rice focused on making contact, if a lot of these other guys that aren't Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton focused on contact, we would be a very lethal offense without hitting 9 homers a game.
Yeah, no. Listen. You're not going to get an argument, from me. You're not.
No, I mean,
My main thing is I'm tired of hearing running it back. Because if you're not happy with the 94 team win, something is wrong. Yes, Toronto beat our tushes off. I understand that. But if pitching would have showed up and we're not down 6-0 before you can make a sandwich, there's something wrong there.
yeah,
There's something wrong there.
Well,
That team could have won. And nobody can tell me different. That team could have won, and this team can win. They are good enough. Why is a lot of the odds makers, and I'm talking the professional ones, not these crappy, let me do a, no. I'm talking the where the money is. They all have the Yankees on top. Are you kidding me? Give this a chance, man. Just give it a chance. It's so ridiculous that we have to defend a 94. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm sorry. We had junk in the bullpen. We had junk on the bench. We didn't have really a great left fielder until Bellinger went over there. Nobody was hitting.
well, and
Paul G he played too much because we had no backup. Now you have a backup. He's a backup. You have Ben Rice. You have Bellinger.
right, and then
The team is, you think it's the same. It's not the same.
our
You
bench
ain't
is
gonna get it
different.
through your head.
Our bench is different than what we started the season with. But also look at Ken's comment about what Grisham did. 26 of Grisham's 34 homers in the season last year. Either tied the game late or it was a go-ahead homer.
Right. Now, TC Steele says the offense is exactly the same and couldn't hit in the clutch, and it's home run or nothing. Well, that's my point. You had nobody to change that. There were guys that could not play to their potential during that losing streak. But maybe if you would have had a Rosario, if you would have had a Caballero later on earlier, if you would have had Zet from the Athletics, if you would have had, you didn't know really what you were getting out of Ben Rice. Man, it's like we have to defend. Listen, I know they were jumpy. They were not a good patient team. But when you're down 6-0, what do you want? What do you want from the team?
Situational hitting, you can't be when then those situations come up. You can't be caught dead in the headlights. Deer in the headlight look, whatever you want to call it. I mean, and a lot of those guys, they got like that in a situational and they went too much free swinging at the first pitch. And when you do that, you're gonna jam yourself and either pop it up, can of corn in the foul line, or or you're gonna pop up that bunt instead of putting it on the ground.
Right. Now, look at this. JK Beats 2EF says, I'm not sure what you mean because it's largely this. No. July 31st is when they got most of the guys. Do you remember us being on for 10 hours and we made all those deals? By the time they settle, it's August. It's like the August 10th. I mean, and the Yankees started playing better.
Well, yeah.
It's not half the year. Let's be fair about it.
And here's the thing. Let me just say this. Would you rather start a season with a bench of Escara, Reyes, Vivas, who else? And Ben Rice?
They were so bad. Well,
And
Oswaldo Cabrera was there.
was a starter last year because we had no third baseman.
Right.
So, okay. So I'm mentioning him as a starter, not a backup guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But that was our bench. Reyes, Vivas, Escara, and Rice.
Okay, and here's another thing I want to tell the panel here, everybody. If we were that bad, why did we beat the Red Sox? Everybody said the Red Sox were going to win that series. What happened? Pitching.
And
If the Yankees pitch, I am not going to sit here and say the offense was great. It was not great. We know that. But can the pitching show up a little bit?
Well, you know who was our offense for the Red Sox series? Judge, Chisholm, Rice, Judge. Judge was majority of our offense the whole playoffs. Because he was hitting like 600 against the Red Sox and the Jays.
Okay, and again, and TC's another good point. He said the bench that doesn't matter when you never use them. Why didn't they use them, TC? Because they had no bench until they got who they got on July 31st. Would you want to play that? You wouldn't want that team. You wouldn't want that bench. They're very important. To win championships, you need 26 players, not 9. Not 12, but 26 players. The Yankees didn't have that. Were you comfortable? Say, all right, you want to take out Volpe, so you're going to play Pablo Reyes. Okay, you play Cabrera. He got hurt.
I forgot we had Peraza too.
Oh, my point. 172 hitter.
Yeah.
So what do you want Boone to do? I'm sure he was crying. Get me some backup. Because the starters are not playing well. The Yankees had no choice.
But would you rather that lineup, that bench that we had for the beginning of 2025, or would you rather have a bench of McMahon? Well, McMahon is a starter, or would you rather have DeJong, Caballero, Seth Brown, Nick Torres, and Ahmed Rosario?
It's not, and I agree with this, Sean. I mean, we're going over and over and over the 2025 season. This is now 2026. Now, guys, if you're not happy with it, then don't watch it. But this is what we were dealt, and it depends how you feel. What you feel, I feel this is a team that can go forward, and don't forget, July 30 or August 5th this year, the Yankees will do what they need to do. They got 9 players at the deadline last year. You think they're not going to do it later when teams want to diminish because they're out of it, and there will be teams out of it and some good players that the Yankees can find? Right. No, I'm not saying, I know you're not saying it's not a bad team. What I'm saying is give it a chance. Just give it a chance. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, do you want to be like the Rockies? Do you want to be the Yankees have solid players in there. Guys, I'm the first one that was screaming bloody murder with all the strikeouts, and I understand that. They have to do better. But the talent is there. The talent, we all want Chaz Chisholm to lead by example. I think he will. This is his walk year. This is the time for him to shine, and I believe he's going to come up big. I really do. You still have to remember we had a crop of prospects who can contribute to 2026 Yankees.
There's a point there. I mean, because look, everyone's complaining about Dominguez, and but I mean, Spencer Jones can fill in as well. Also, we got guys that are, and Nick Torres. We don't know fully what we're gonna get with him because he had success in the Mexican League, but he was a minor league prospect in the America before he went into the Mexico League. But then we have other guys. Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. We don't know if he's gonna make the club, but there's a good chance we do. The same thing with Carlos Lagrange.
I agree with you. I totally agree. All I want is let's see what we let's put 2025 away. Saturday is going to start it all. Even though it's spring training, we're going to see what a little by little what we have in all spring training. And then let's see what happens. So we are going to not see some of the stars because they're going to WBC. And by the way, we are going to be doing play-by-play of the WBC. So you'll still have your Aaron Judges and Max Frieds and all of them. You will hear about them right here on Mania. So people will be calling that. We'll be calling pregame series stuff and all of that. Sometimes the Yankees are on sometimes they're on the app. We will keep you posted with all the games that we're going to be that Ken and I from Yankees The Ugly Truth and YankeeMania will be doing throughout the year. So and another thing, man, we've got youth on our side. Look at this. Heel stepped up at 24, Ken at 25. Who will be the next man up? Cruz, Hess, Lagande, and he's not even saying Elmer Fudd yet. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, he did.
Yeah.
Fernando. I mean, yeah. ERC. All right.
And Bronx Bomber. Before we even mention, I want to wish you a lot of luck and goodwill tomorrow with yours and Sean Browning's show of History of the New York Yankees that will be on live at 7:30 tomorrow night right here on Mania. So good luck. And Bronx Bomber, it'll be a pleasure to have you on the team. And thank you for tomorrow, you and Sean. Staying healthy and good pitching, we can make history for number 28.
Oh, yeah. And
I agree.
And to Jake's point when he had said, well, I'll ask everyone this, what matters. But, yes, I do believe this team can win the World Series in 2026. The difference is they have to execute. And that's the bottom line. They have to execute in those key moments. But I do believe our team is good enough to win the World Series. And as Ken said, and we were talking, and the pitching is a key component. But also young guys stepping up, veterans stepping up, and then staying healthy. That's an X factor. Believe it or not, injuries pile up, and it's the depth comes up, and that becomes key.
Here's a good point from Ken. I do believe the Yankees can win the World Series. I think that the starting five with Cole and Rodon are better than the Dodgers starting five. I definitely take the Yankee bullpen over the Dodgers. And that's coming from a man that knows pitching, that knows a lot about it. You know, he knows history. You want to believe it or not, that's up to you. But this man knows what he's talking about. And if you listen to him and dissect it, you're going to learn something really, really, really good here. And the bottom line is, if we didn't believe it, we wouldn't be saying it.
But yeah.
So I really, all I know is this has been a great stream, guys. It all started with a fantastic guest in Tommy Greene, and I want to thank the panel for everybody in the chat for being gracious and for all the goodwill, the good questions that you gave. We really appreciate that. And we'll probably hi Wendy, how you doing? We will probably just give a short or two tonight during the night, unless the Yankees make news. Otherwise, we will be back with you at 9:30 tomorrow morning for coffee, bagels, Lavazza coffee, eggs and omelets, and Yankee talk. And on top of that, we will have Sean and Charles with the debut of NY Yankees history show. So it's going to be a happening here. Please come, press the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We really appreciate you doing that. And it's an honor to bring this show to you. It's a new unveiling to another new show on NY Mania, and more to come. More to come, people. Sean, you want to say a little something as we wrap up about the show tomorrow? And also, Sean will be with us for the morning show. But I don't want to talk for Sean. Let him give his final thoughts. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, no, I will definitely be on for the morning show as well. And then, yes, 7:30 p.m. I'm looking forward for the debut of History with the New York Yankees. History of the New York Yankees. Right here on NY Yankee Mania. But there's also very shortly I got a video coming out on my history channel, True Historian. So if you guys haven't checked that out, the other ones I did recently, you go ahead to True Historian 7508 on YouTube, and check it out. It's a great things. But also we had a great interview. It was an honor and a privilege having Tommy Greene on as an interview. I want to thank Tommy, as well as I want to thank Nathan and his team over there that always bring us rock stars, and everybody's a class act. A shout out to Ken, the Yankees, the Ugly Truth, and everyone in the chat. You guys have been awesome. You guys make great points. We're all looking forward because we got a dose of Yankee fever, or not just Yankee fever, but baseball fever is back. So, yeah, guys, it's, let's go time. This is where it all begins, right here in spring training. When we build up for the season, and it's going to be a marathon, and you can come on with us, NY Yankee Mania, and we'll run wild together.
All right, well said. Absolutely well said. And thank you, Sean, for that. Wendy and everybody, have a great evening. Have fun. Yankee Sport Dude, I hope you have a great night. Charles, same thing. And everybody else, TC Steels, everybody, Merck. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Cruise Control, just to name a few. If I missed Celia and all of that, I'm sorry, but we all love you guys. And thanks again. Obviously, the Yankees make a move. You may see us again tonight. Otherwise, tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m., everyone, with coffee, bagels, and Yankee talk. So for Sean and the rest of the crew, God bless you all. God bless America. Let's go Yankees. We will see you tomorrow morning. Listen to me. It's nighttime. It's dark. And at 9:30.
It's morning time on the other side of the world. So
there you go. Thank you, everyone. Good night, and let's go Yankees. And go to the video if you missed today's show. And also, please subscribe and press that like button. Thank you, everyone. Good night.